welcome back to another episode of Queen Code TV. I am your host, Shenise Foote-Vann. I am the founder of YP Empire, and I am here today with
Dominique Rickett from Who's Spitting Your Face, LLC.
And today we're talking about a topic that's really important to me, and that's self-care and self-love. So let's just dive right in. And Dominique, what does self-care and self-love mean to you?
Self-care and self-love to me is doing what you need to keep your peace and stay one with yourself, whether it's spiritually or physically. Personally, I like to light candles. I like burning incense. It just gives me a sense of like that warm, fuzzy home feeling, and I feel comfortable. And a lot of times I'll do it in either in the morning or in the afternoon after my day to just kind of bring me down. Possibly a glass of wine, do some yoga. So that's kind of like my little routine that I like to do.
Good. And for me, self-care and self-love is exactly what it says. Taking care of yourself and loving yourself. And I know as women, we often are taking everything out of our own tanks and we're not refilling it a lot. And so I think having self-care specifically is taking time and actually filling up your tank with whatever that might be. Mm-hmm. For me, you mentioned candles. I love candles. I love pampering, I guess you can say.
Absolutely.
Am often at the nail shop. Well, every 2 weeks I'm at the nail shop getting my manicure and pedicure, my eyebrows arched. I have a membership to a massage studio, so I get a massage once a month. So just taking that time to, I sit a lot doing work. I do a lot of things that I think is just constantly pouring out of me, and I shouldn't say I never recharge, but I have to focus and actually take the time and set it out and say, Shenise, you're going to do something for yourself today. So whether it is burning a candle in the afternoon or just taking 10 minutes and like doing absolutely nothing, that is so huge to me. I am constantly running, constantly moving. My brain is always times 2 and doubling up. So just taking a couple minutes out to just be like, nope, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on my phone. I'm not thinking of a master plan. I'm not cooking dinner. I'm not working. I am silently enjoying myself and my thoughts. So yeah, so that's self-care for me. And then self-love, I guess I can kind of dive into it a little bit. Loving yourself is knowing that there are going to be people who don't like you. There are going to be days that people who do like and love you piss you off. You go to work and you like, okay, like, are you sitting here to like...
That's what we doing.
Right. You sit here to destroy my day right now. And so there's going to be times where the world just comes at you, and you have to have resilience, and you have to have enough love for yourself to say, you know what, devil, no matter what you throw at me, I still love me for me. I don't care who said I look this way, I don't look this way, what image is on the screen that I don't compare to. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna love myself, and it's very necessary.
I think self-love for me is loving myself despite what stage, what phase I'm in when I'm going through that day. Because some days I'll wake up and I'm like, yes. You got it today. Yes. Like, you got it. Right. And there are other days where I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I've had days where from the start of my day, something has happened. I spilled my coffee on myself. I almost got hit going to work. I almost got pulled over for a ticket. So you're like constantly on edge. And then when you finally make it to work, it's just like, okay, what else is going to happen to make this day more interesting? But at the end of the day, you just have to love yourself and have that confidence that you are it, you are worth it, you are good enough, regardless of what someone likes or dislikes about you, you're worth it. And knowing your worth, it helps you gain a better understanding of the love that you should have and the appreciation that you have for yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't expect anybody else to love you yourself.
And it's about that agape love. And Dominique, I know you are Christian, and so I know for me, like, remembering, first of all, knowing that there's 2 types of love, right? Mm-hmm. There's a love of Christ, and knowing, and I'm confident in the fact that Christ loves me, and I know that, right? But then kind of like what you said, having to love yourself outside of that, because I've made mistakes. I've done things that are shameful and sinful, and and I'm like, God gives me his grace and he gives me his mercy and I still deserve that love. But remembering that, yes, I don't deserve his love, but he still gives it to me. But remembering that I should still love myself despite the things that I've done that I'm not necessarily proud of. Unconditionally, right? Because he does it. So for me, I think there's a few things that to kind of dive into self-care regimens. We talked about it a little bit. But I love candles, and I mentioned that. So I actually want to pull out my favorite candle brand, and it's a local vendor, I guess. And it's by Montasia Sharper, and it's Marie's Oasis. She has these different candles with a lot of different scents. She even has subscription boxes and a lot of different things, but this one is baby fresh. Awesome. And so sometimes I will go into the bathroom, light my candle, and it really smells, I mean, it's like baby powder fresh scent. And so I'll just get in the shower and do a long shower and meditate. I'm really big on meditating, whether I take that time to pray or I take that time to just clear my mind and think through my day, whether it's in the morning and I'm thinking through like, okay, what do I need to do? Or it's the end of the day and I'm thinking through like, okay, what did I do well? What do I need to change for tomorrow? How can I be a better person tomorrow? And that's something that I constantly ask myself. And so I would have to say candles are like my A1 go-to. That once you invest that few dollars in that, that's something that'll last you maybe a month. I don't know how much you burn, but it'll last you a little while. And then my second thing, and I'll let you say yours, is I drink a lot of water. I'm going to show the people at home. So this is about 80 ounces of water that I drink. And I drink that on a daily, and I tend to go through that and then still drink more on top of that. And though I have a couple of bumps today, I usually have clear skin, and it just makes me feel good. I'm feeling like, I'm releasing toxins, I'm getting hydrated, I'm going through my day, and it always feels good to be like, I accomplished a goal of like 80 plus ounces of water a day. So those are my two things that I think are for me that I do on a day-to-day basis.
I think for me, well, for number one, I'm always drinking some kind of herbal tea. I'm very big. I'm not out purchasing some of these more expensive slimming teas, but I definitely am drinking either green tea or I have a Japanese red tea that I drink to cleanse. I'm all about cleansing the body. I drink 100% cranberry juice almost every day. That's something else that helps self-clean, keep your pH balance, and then along with that, I just love smell goods, like anything that smells refreshing. I had this lady at a store before to help me, and I found out that I like things that are vanilla based. So anything that is vanilla based, generally I like very soft, intimate smells. For me, they're very soothing. And I like oils. I really, really like putting oils in my hair, definitely being natural. Yeah. And then just on my skin in this time of the year where the air is a little dry, so our skin gets a little dry. I love using oils, and so that just helps me just start my day. My smell goods, whether it's on my body or just flowing in the atmosphere, that helps me start my day off.
So that makes me think of two things, right? So one, I drive a lot. So as a aspiring entrepreneur who still has a full-time job, I drive about 3 hours a day. So from the time I'm like leaving my house to get to work, and then the time I'm leaving work to get home, that's about 3 hours. And so that's a lot, and it doesn't feel good that that's how much it is. But things haven't worked out in a way that I could move closer to work, and that's okay. So I've decided to monopolize on that time instead of like let that time own me. Instead of complaining like, I got another 45 minutes, Right. So I've started listening to audiobooks, and I feel I'm big on nonfiction, but then also personal development, self-help books. I've listened to Tiffany Haddish, Charlamagne the God. I've listened to what's her name? Year of the Yes by Shonda Rhimes. So I've done a lot of that, and it's helped me in that time to like hearing their stories anyway. Like most of them have come from like horrid backgrounds. Like Tiffany has had a story that like she is phenomenal that she's overcome, and then with Charlamagne, he has come from like a poor background in a very small city, and though I'm from Detroit, which is not so small, I have come from humble beginnings, and so I know what it's like to not have, and so to see them go from that to where they are today, it's really inspiring. And so I'm usually having like this master plan session in the car on my way home. And then another thing that I thought of when you said that, and now it's like escaping me, so maybe it'll come back later. But it's just having moments of, you talked about like your OTs and things like that. One thing that I like to start my day with, and I remember now, is because I have like such limited time. Like, it's not abnormal for my days to go 17, 18 hours. Like, I'm leaving the house often at 6:30 and coming home at like 9 and 10 o'clock. So that's like a normal day for me. And I would feel bad, like, God, I need to go to the gym. Why am I not at the gym? Like, you know you should be in the gym, right? And so what I've started doing is like exercising in the morning. Like, my TV has this, like, I don't know if it's my TV or my cable, I don't know, but they have this app so I can pull up YouTube, and I've been doing like at home YouTube workouts, which is cool because I am the type of person that loves, like, I love classes. Like, I'm not a huge, like, when I do work out on the equipment, I do the elliptical, and so that's cool and all, but then like to switch it up, I prefer to do classes. And so now I just pull up YouTube, I get like 30 to 45 minutes of cardio in, and then I don't feel guilty because I've use my time to do something I know I want to do and need to do. And then I'm also like fitting it into my schedule versus like feeling overwhelmed, like I gotta do this, but I'm dead dog tired. And so those are two things I think that have helped me.
Absolutely. And now that you said that, it makes me think about something else that I do in my routine. So this week, I made it a point to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and I did a 30-minute ab workout. And in addition to doing that, after I did my 30-minute ab workout, I would listen to TD Jakes while I'm showering. Normally I'll put on like some neo soul music or something, but I just really have been trying to get myself back balanced spiritually and physically. So because of that, it's like you can't fix one over the other. So I wanted to definitely make sure that both are important because beauty starts within. So when we start on the inside, what's on the inside is what is going to be projected on the outside. So I definitely made it a point. That was one of my New Year's resolutions that I actually plan to keep. Like, you know, people always do things at the start of the year and then they just stop after the first 30 days. Like, no, this is me. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's lifestyle habits and lifestyle changes. Like, they say 21 days of something does start a new habit. And so if you can do something for 21 days straight, then hopefully that would become who you are versus just a resolution that we often know resolutions fail. Yes. So if you can make that a part of who you are. But you mentioned self and like the spiritual self and the physical self, and that's what Black Beauty Empire is about. Like, we are talking about, you know, we help women and want to help women achieve well-rounded, holistic success. And so that means having your mind right, having that spiritual side, you know, having that connectivity to that, having that physical connectivity, and then also having the professional, like just being successful in all areas of your life that you feel that kind of like everything is hitting on all cylinders. And so most of the times we don't get there, and we not unintentionally or not necessarily intentionally, it's unintentional to the fact that we don't even know that we are not hitting on all cylinders until we fall out and we're like, dang, I've been neglecting my sleep, or we are breaking out, we're like, oh, I need to drink more water or eat better. You know, it's things like that that happen that make us think. And so one thing that I've said that I wanted to do was like, before I hit Facebook and before I hit Instagram in the morning, because we all do it. We wake up,
first thing,
we go to the bathroom, we like
down one thumb.
And so what I want to do is like spend time with God first. Amen. Before I do that, because He woke me up. You know, it wasn't Instagram, it wasn't Facebook, it wasn't the Amber Alert that went off and woke me up. You know, it was God. So I downloaded Our Daily Bread, one of my now favorite apps, onto my phone. And so like instead of, and I'm not perfect, I haven't done it every single day, but I'm reminded, and I'm trying to make it a lifestyle habit that, you know what, close out of Facebook, go to Our Daily Bread first, read it, say your prayers, whatever that may be, or talk to Him, and then go ahead and go about your day. And I just think setting myself up and starting off with that spiritual connection just makes me just more ready to take on the day and more prepared to take on the day.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of all that we have around self-care and self-love. Our hope is that there's something that you learned here today that you can add into your self-care or self-love regimen. Feel free to comment below. Are there things that you do that we didn't mention? Are there things that you do that we did and you want to just talk about it? And then also stay tuned because we have an event coming up on March 17th from 3 to 6 if you're in the Detroit area. It's going to be at Pony Ride. It's going to be near Corktown in Detroit. It's called Me, Myself, and I, an interactive guide to self-care and self-love. So make sure you come out. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have some massages and just some self-love activities and just a lot of things. So be sure to check out ypempire.com for more information. Bye.
Bye.